So today, I'm doing a video here, not just to show off this pile of weaponry, or whatever you want to call it. I'm doing a video here today because I wanted to talk about what are actually the best forms of self-protection, okay? What work? I mean, they all work to a degree in different situations, but which one do you think is the best one for self-protection that anybody can use? See if you can guess. Again, it's not a law or anything. I'm just going to tell you what my choice is. Especially for people who are out on the road, they own businesses, they travel into weird, spots, communities in the dark. You're a female, you're driving by yourself. Especially if you're a food delivery driver, or you can have a business, or that takes you to these weird spots, like I did with my last business that I had in California. We went all over the place. We traveled to Nevada, California, all these states, Arizona, and very undesirable communities selling our product that we represented. We were sales reps, right? So, which one do you think is the best one for a delivery driver that doesn't know how to fire anything, doesn't have a permit, doesn't have a concealed carry permit, and is just basically scared of guns? It's going to be this thing right here, this pepper spray, this Palm OC. Okay, and I'm going to go over all these options here, why they're good, why they're bad. So I just did a video on the Maverick 88. I keep saying Mossberg because it's made by Mossberg. It's just a division of Mossberg. So best for home defense. That's the reason why I have it. Shotguns are kind of cool. They have a kick, but obviously not for everybody. Okay, so that's out. You're not gonna want that. That's for more of like somebody that's in the firearms and understands home self-defense and has experience with it. That's going to scare most people away. So that's out. Moving on down the line, you got a handgun. So depending on what state you live in, depending on your feelings towards handguns or guns in general, for instance, I was living in California, and they won't give you a concealed carry permit for the life of you unless you're in extreme danger, threatened by a gang, or you're getting stalked by somebody. That's it. Self-defense in California is not a reason that you can get a concealed carry permit. It is so ridiculous, all the hoops you have to jump through there, unless you're a traveling business owner like we were. I went down to the sheriff's office in Riverside County. Forget about Los Angeles County. Riverside County is for the most part, it was easier than in a lot of the other counties because it's closer to San Diego. It's a little bit more conservative down there. So, got a different sheriff and the laws are different. So, I went through the process with that. I had a 2-year permit, which is set to expire this October. But I no longer live in California, so I don't give a fuck anymore. Here in Texas, where I live, they just passed a constitutional carry law, meaning everybody that's 18 or older that can own a firearm legally can carry it concealed, can carry it opened in certain areas with restrictions. Check the website. You can't just carry it anywhere. Okay, there are restrictions, but for the most part, you don't have to go through the permit process here if you just want to carry it around in Texas. Now, if you go outside of Texas, you can get a concealed carry permit here through the state of Texas. You go through the training, and that allows you to go in the neighboring states that have reciprocity, meaning they acknowledge Texas concealed carry permits, license to carry, LTC, whatever you want to call it. Okay, such as Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma. You get the picture. So I think it's 20 states now currently that have constitutional carry. I always thought it was great when we went to Arizona and I didn't have to worry about it, But I think Texas is number 20 or it's 21. I'm not even sure how they do it. But anyway, it's a boatload of states. It's like almost half the states in the United States now recognize that you can constitutional carry. So anyway, about that, it's not going to be for most people. People are shy of guns. You have to get the proper training. In California, you needed 8 hours of training, and then you had to pass a range test, and then you go down and pay all the paperwork and all the fees that they milk you. It is an option for you guys who live in those states to either If you live in a state that's gun friendly, you can go through the process, which I recommend everybody to do. I don't care if it's constitutional carry. You should go through the proper training anyway and take a class, go to the range, know how a weapon like this works, and get comfortable with it. Because, you know, just like anything, it's ongoing practice. You got to stay good with it. So, I'm sorry, here in Texas, in September, when this bill passes that it doesn't require people to get training, I'm still going to go get the permit because I want it recognized in the neighboring states if we do traveling and whatnot. But it's just good. You should take a refresher course and you should just go through the motions. You should refresh yourself with the laws, because I'm not going to say I agree or disagree with the law here. I'm glad it's constitutional carry now, but the problem is there's going to be a lot of people that have access to firearms that don't know how to, they've never been trained in how to shoot. They don't know how to shoot. They've never taken a class, which, whatever, can get dangerous, but you know what? That's the state's fucking problem. I don't care. I like the fact that it's constitutional carry. It means I don't have to go through hula hoops here anymore. So anyway, that's not a good pick for the average person, obviously, because they got to go through all these processes. You got to buy one of these. It's a big expense. You got to get trained. And, you know, you can get yourself in hot water if you don't know what you're doing with one of these. So that's out. Okay? Next thing, a knife. Everybody's like, oh, okay, well, a knife. Yeah, you can carry a blade that isn't 3 inches long and it's collapsible, right? You can't, switchblades are illegal, okay? So whatever. So forget about that. I'm talking about a knife like this where you just basically flip the blade and then you can, you can be, whatever. You can be a hero with it. But I do not recommend that, because people, especially women and just people, want to carry this around. I mean, you got to be really good with a knife. Somebody, if they're good to counter a knife, they could take that from you and bury it up your ass. I'm seriously, you can that thing could wind up in you. If you don't know what you're doing with it, you're not trained in using a knife. That's why I'm like, knives are just a bad idea. You can end up, I think they're more dangerous actually than a handgun, to be honest. That's just my opinion. But you're talking about a blade, you're talking about every which way. You can end up cutting yourself, losing it, and that could be, you could see it as a protective device, but somebody could take it away from you and bury it up your ass. So you don't want to do that. You can carry one, I'm not saying don't, but I'm just saying, and then of course the bat, I just put it here for looks because it is a self-protection. You can keep this in your house, and you could swing a bat at somebody, so you could kill somebody with that, unfortunately. But again, somebody can take it away from you very easy, and if you don't know what you're doing with it, and it can wind up in the other person's hands, and then they could wind up clocking you with it. So anyway, that's not going to work in a car, unless it's a small billy club. And then we got the stun gun here. It's not a taser. Tasers are different because they fire projectiles. This is a stun gun. It has electric current that goes across the two of those metal hooks, okay? And you basically have to get close enough to somebody to zap them. The problem with that is you have to get close. Again, somebody can swat that away, and you have to actually get it on somebody's skin. And the odds of somebody inexperienced doing that are very slim, because if you manage to wave this in front of somebody and go, show them the current, and they're not afraid of it, and they're still coming at you, then it's like, okay, well, again, I have to touch this on the person's skin in order for this to work. And the chances of that in a fight or a struggle or a situation, other than just scaring somebody with the current and then they run away, the chances of you getting that on somebody's body, I just don't believe that the average person is going to have success with it. I really don't. So that's why I'm like, it's not a good option. Okay? So what does that leave us with? Palm spray. Okay? You can buy these in my link below, and that's not why I'm making this video. I'm just saying that these are like $12.99 or something for a 2-pack. You can get as many as you want. You can buy them on Amazon. And the thing is, you can put it in your pocket. I did a separate video on this, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but palm spray is good because this is so small. Look how small it is. You can stick it in your pocket. It's got a clip, and it's basically a safety mechanism. You just basically pop your finger in there, and you're ready to fire. You see that? Your finger goes out. There's a safety mechanism. You just wedge your finger in there, and the cool thing about this is it spreads 10 feet. You don't have to get right up on somebody to use your knife, to use your stun gun. You're not having to get close. You can stand 10 feet away and just nail somebody with this and move it in every direction, and that's going to get on their face, and they aren't going to be doing shit. Okay, that stuff burns like a motherfucker. I remember in basic training when I was gassed and I had stuff like this sprayed in my face. That is not fun. That is going to stop what you're doing, and you just run and get the hell out of there. And it's great for people at night. You know, you don't know if somebody's coming on your car. You can see somebody coming a mile away if they're not on top of you. You get this out. You tell them that, hey man, I'm gonna give you the hot sauce. Get back. And they don't. You just fire it. And the great thing about this is it's not lethal. You're not going to kill somebody. They're going to be able to see about, a couple hours later after they, after they do what they need to do to get it out of their eyes or whatever. What do you care at that point? You're long gone. But that's something you can carry everywhere. Honestly, it's something you can carry everywhere. And you have peace of mind knowing that pepper spray is non-lethal, and it's the single best thing that somebody can do that's a delivery driver or out on the road, especially for a girl. You can put this in your purse, you can put it in, guys can stick it in your pants, you can put it on your sun visor, your car. You can buy as many of these as you want. Okay, so that's the best thing when you're out, I think, and for peace of mind. All these other things that I mentioned are a different skill set. They're a different danger level. They're a different, you have to be trained. But palm spray, minimal training. You just buy this, and it's so damn butt easy. It sprays 10 feet, and you just don't put it in your face. I mean, don't do that. But that's how you basically engage it, and you basically get that pattern back and forth, up and down, and that's it. You'll drop the biggest guy down with that. Now, I'm not saying like, okay, well, if the guy has a gun, then you're fucked. Okay, I'm not. This is not the video for that. But I'm just solely mentioning the different forms of protection that you have, going from the worst to the best for like a novice, everyday person that has no skills in hand-to-hand combat or whatever, or weaponry, or they've never been to the range. Maybe they don't like guns. Maybe they're afraid of them. Maybe they're interested, but they don't know how to use them. Same thing with a knife, bat, right here. This is your best bet, and that's the reason why I did this video. But if you get good enough and you want to, any one of these options you could work towards. But the key is work towards them. You have to like guns. You have to have an interest in them. Maybe going to the shooting range, collecting guns, whatever. That's primarily why I do it, but I do have a CC, I carry this concealed, which I can, and, I could carry it open here around town or whatever, but there are restrictions. But that's something you can look into. I carry this in my car all the time. It's in the glove box, locked and loaded, but I'm trained with it, and I have the appropriate permits, and I'm comfortable with it. And you saw the one video, that road rage video that I made. You can look back in my videos here. I'll link to it. That's the only time I ever had to pull it out here in Texas, and it was some dipshit from New Jersey. He had New Jersey license plate. He threw soda on my car, and I called him in. And you watch the video, you gather. But that's the only time in the history of me carrying concealed I ever had to get a firearm out, and I did not end up pointing it at him, as you can see in the video, but I actually had to pull it from the glove box and put it on my lap. It's very rare you're ever gonna have to use something like that. But even if you get out and you're a delivery driver, you see dogs around. I got this on me all the time. I almost sprayed down a dog a couple months ago because I was going out in Texas here, down by the river, down by the lakes and shit, and real rich community, and they all have dogs, and it's still Texas, they let them run around. I saw two of them, and I'm like, oh shit. I put the pizza on the car, or whatever the hell I was driving, and I got it out, and they were friendly dogs, but man, they were barking, and they were coming towards me, and I would have thought nothing of unloading this on them. That's just how it is. I ain't getting bit for that shit. But I'm not gonna shoot a dog. I mean, shit, unless he's coming at me like, you know, full charge. I mean, I don't know. It's just never been in that situation. But pepper spray will stop anything, including dogs, people, whatever. I'm not gonna use this on him. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm not gonna wait till he's on top of me to use a knife. I mean, you know, this'll, and then it's like a good old-fashioned kick. So I don't know. That's my 2 thoughts on it. So get yourself some palm spray, and you know, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But this is just an informational, informative video about your different options and why the majority of them are bad. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Hope this helps, and you all stay negative out there, and I'll see y'all pricks later.